I've got something. I don't know whether I should tell you about this. I'll tell you. Okay, but don't tell you.
We have a special opportunity here to talk directly with Danny, who is sending us a special something, I guess. Danny, what's going on?
So we are in the midst of the pear body production. So lots of pears all over the place. And we've come to a point whereby we feel comfortable in sending one out into the wild. And so they've only been traveling around Japan so far. So we need one to go into the cargo to see whether they can withstand the sub-zero pressure and temperatures. Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that it will be just brittle and crumbled when it gets here?
There's a chance that when she arrives, she'll get so agitated that she'll because of the sub-zero temperatures, she'll have these new sub-zero powers. That's the name of a Marvel character.
It's Mortal Kombat.
Sub-Zero. Yeah. Or is it
I think so.
Mortal Kombat. So that's right.
Yeah.
So she'll give you a Mortal Kombat, what's it called? Something finish. Finish.
Finish.
Flawless, fatal finish.
Flawless fatality. That's what it is. Fatality.
That's it. Yeah. She'll give you one of those. So, and then if she does, then you know that she's okay. So I've just sent out one to you yesterday, and I don't know about the tracking, but you may have it in time for the show. You may not. You may receive it during the show. I don't know, but probably have her really early next week, as long as you're not near any of the hurricane areas.
That's awesome.
We'll have to figure out, we'll have to see if we can actually get the equipment set up, because I've been broadcasting remotely to see if we can actually do that. But if we can't, we'll definitely be doing a pre-recorded opening for everybody.
So there's just a few things I wanted to cover. So the pear body is, I just wanted to set expectations. So I think the main expectation is that people are going to get one and expect it to behave exactly like the current Smart Doll. And it's two completely different, well, in my eyes, they are different products, basically.
Okay.
And so while they use the same frame, and we've made it so that parts are, some parts are interchangeable, I consider them two completely separate products. And that's something I need to make sure people are aware of before they get one. Because what we want to avoid is people getting one and regretting it afterwards. So we always try our best to ensure that to minimize the chances of people ending up with a buyer's remorse, basically. So I think some other companies, they're okay with cashing money and stuff like that, but we're not really into that sort of thing, and we can only make a certain amount anyway, and we want to make sure that they go to folks who understand what the product is and are going to be happy with it, instead of just stick it in a dark cupboard, because we all know what happens when you stick a doll in the dark cupboard, right? Especially near kitchen utensils, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or toilet plumbers.
I don't know anything about the toilet thing.
Yeah, no.
I thought I was with you with the Chucky thing, but I don't know what happened with the plunger.
Yeah, I think that's in a multiverse. There's this multiverse. It's just off the moon, and they've got a different Chucky, and he goes around with toilet plumbers, basically. And you wake up and you've got this toilet plumber stuck to your face, and it's being used as well.
It's not Mario.
Cleaning it, and
it's Chucky-o.
No, that's right.
So Danny,
yep.
It's not just that you're sending us a pre-production one. You really do consider these dolls to be completely different products. What are some of the things that we should expect to see?
So just happen to have one over here. So this is one we use for apparel. So it's got like some stains on it and some dents and so on. And usually when I show the articulation of this is something. This is I guess this is just one of the things that we do is when we try to like show articulation, we make sure that it's not a head with the soul, like with eyes, and because it's when you take like a smart doll and you like try to bend it around and stuff like that, they get very uncomfortable. So this one has not had the soul injected into them yet, so they are like a dormant state. So the articulation is I think it's like pretty good, I would say. So, but there are like a few things that I should mention. Actually, let me get the clear version.
Oh, fun.
Okay, got clear version over here. So we make these clear versions so that we can see what's going on inside of them, and like what's colliding with like what part, and what's preventing what part from like what's limiting range of motion, and so on and so on. So as you can see, that the frame, it's not it's kind of like in the middle over here, and the parts are like really floating around on the outside. Whereas for the current one, you'll notice that the shell is much more hugging on the actual frame, just like I guess just like a human skeleton, basically. And so with the Pear body, what we had to do is we wanted to use the same frame. And what we do end up with is you've got like lots of extra space.
Yeah.
Okay. And because the frame doesn't fill up the insides, whereas it does do that on the current girls. So what you're going to do is when you move it, it'll like feel like it'll like just like feel different. And then one thing I need to mention is that when you push the arms in, you need to like squish them, right? So you need to like squish it. Basically, what you're doing is you're squishing it so that you can grab hold of the frame inside, and that will enable you to insert it in with a click. And then as soon as you start hearing the haptics, then you know that it's in properly. If you don't put it in properly, then you won't hear that, and then the arm will like just like pop off afterwards. So you really need to grab the arm and then push it inside.
So it's not an
some
issue
people may
of
find
like fit in the socket. It's an issue of being able to get the leverage to get it all the way in by grabbing a hold of the inside joint.
That's right. Yeah. So where this differs from the guys, so I think with the guys we had the same problem. The arm was like so big. It's actually bigger than this. You couldn't really grab the piece inside, and it was just like difficult to push in. But this time, it kind of we've got like a rib. We've actually added an extra rib over here, and I think that was on 5.5, the version 5.5 of the Evolve frame, and that enables it to like really like lock into place. So that should minimize any of we call it rocket punches, just the punches like going flying across the room. So that should minimize rocket punch. So at the moment we are in the middle of making new boxes, and like the new. We call it puchi puchi, the bubble wrap inside. So we need to like make those bigger to accommodate this body. So the one we're sending you doesn't have that yet. So the package we've sent you is not final. In order for this to fit in the current box, we had to like remove one arm.
Okay.
So when she arrives, just take the arm, squish this part, and then push this back in.
I gotta wind back for a minute. Bubble wrap is called puchi puchi?
Yes.
Do I have that right?
Puchi is the term. Yep.
What is that? Is there? Does that mean something literally, or like?
Is that the onomatopoeia?
Yeah, it's an onomatopoeia. It's one of those.
I can't say it either. Yeah.
Yeah, they have like lots of those in Japanese, and it's just to describe the, I guess the something being squished. Yeah.
Okay.
Something being squished.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's like
Got it.
popping.
I like that.
In order to make this easier to squish and grab over the frame, we could have made the vinyl thinner, but that would adversely affect the quality of the whole experience. So it is pretty much similar to what it is right now for the current girls. So you do need a little bit of strength to like squish down and push this in. I wouldn't say it's like too difficult. It may get difficult during colder seasons. It's still quite warm in Japan, but yeah, we just don't know yet. We haven't been anywhere cold with our dolls yet. So
You got to be measuring this, don't you? You measure everything. How many newtons
for
does it take?
for this one, for Newtons, not for this yet. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
not for this yet. And the reason is that this is not the final version. So this is the master version, casted from the master molds.
Okay.
And so what happens is you take a cast from the master molds, and because the master molds only have a limited amount of limbs on each mold, if we went ahead with production, then efficiency would be extremely low. So what we do is we take a cast from the master, and those casts we need to finish the surface and remove like blemishes or anything that we do not consider like wabi-sabi, and then they get electroplated. So for example, we make let's say 12 upper arms, 12 lower arms, and then you can like fit 6 on one mold. Or like the thighs, you can only fit 2 on one mold because of the size. Shins, you can fit 3, and so on and so on. So it really depends. So the bust and the torso, you can only fit 1 on one mold anyway. So the efficiency on here is not going to be high at all. So that doesn't really change. But having multiple limbs on one mold really does help. Now, the same with like all production, whether you're making metals or plastics or even apparel, there's a shrinkage rate that you need to consider. And so when you electroplate this piece over here, and that becomes a mold, then when you do a cast from that mold, then that final part will shrink 1% down from this over here. So basically we calculate whether we want a master mold or production mold. Sometimes we only make one master mold for items which we don't make many things of. Let's say the cyborg bust, there's only like one mold. But for this, we knew we was going to make a lot, so we planned to make production molds. So that's why when we do 3D printing, the 3D print has to be 3% larger than life size.
To account for the
3D
inevitable
print,
shrinkage.
And then when you get to the master, which shrinks down by 2%. And then when you get down to production, it shrinks down by another 1%. And then that should hopefully become the real life size that we want. So calculating these shrinkage rates is something that we do. It's just part of what we do. But sometimes the electroplating process, it's really down to like Mother Nature. And so Mother Nature, she may be feeling, I'm going to keep this part as it is, and it doesn't shrink that much. So if it doesn't shrink as much as we want, then we have to basically electroplate the cast from that mold so that we do get to the shrinkage rate. So that involves making more molds and like more costs basically. Sometimes the masters are made from wax and for like really intricate, like complicated parts. And wax, if it's long, it elongates. And so that's why the original Mirai, her legs are like really long and the arms are like really long. And if you compare it to the plus size girls, you'll notice that the legs are not proportionally long. Actually, the plus size dolls are closer to the original 3D modeling because the larger parts, they didn't elongate as much. So yeah, when people ask why the Smart Doll limbs so long, that's why basically. And at the time, I was bothered by like all these like long legs and arms, but I actually had a meeting with the boss of Good Smart Company, and we were like talking about the doll, and he said, no, these look fine. And so basically, I decided to like keep them, and I mean, I think it was the right decision. But in hindsight, now that we've got the Pear body, it's something I do want to revisit. Sorry, she's not wearing much over here, so please excuse. Please excuse her. So
It's
the
okay.
arms, I do want to like make them a little bit more realistic because they're kind of like tubes right now,
Right.
and I do want to revisit the torso over here as well. So
So taking some of the stuff you've
probably
learned with
sometime.
the pear body and revisiting the sculpting of the original body.
Yeah, yeah. So when you look at the pear body, well, I mean, in my eyes, I feel that. Um, so this looks more. What's the word? I guess more normal. Um,
Proportionate.
yeah, proportionately in terms of like being close to like a human, basically. So this
Right.
looks like very, very natural to me. Whereas the current ones, they do look extremely stylized. Yeah, extremely stylized, especially the torso, which yeah, I do want to like fix like many aspects of it. It's really cute.
She's
It's really
beautiful.
cute.
I so gorgeous. I, it's funny how my attitude towards her has changed as you have worked on her. Like at first I was like, I think it's amazing that you're doing it and we have to have one, but I like sewing
Mm,
for the original girl. And now I'm like,
mm,
I need the pear girl. I need her. I'm like,
mm.
I'm very excited.
I have a question
Um,
about that 1%. Speaking of sewing, that
yeah.
1%'s not going to affect apparel design or anything like that, right? Like this version
Yeah, I
pretty
don't
much
think it
ready to
will.
go?
Yeah, I mean, I could have released this. I mean, if I was like in a rush, or like really desperate for like some income, we could have like released this, and we just have to like put much more effort to like make the numbers. But yeah, we're not in any like dire need to increase income. So, and it's yeah, it's not really what we're about. So, we just want to make sure that the experience is as optimum as possible. Also, because we did plan for this to shrink 1% more, it's the version that you're getting is. I mean, I guess the version you're getting is very rare because it's there's only a few of them. We didn't make that many. The final version will shrink down and hug the frame much more better.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So you notice it kind of like rattles a little bit more over here, but that like 1% in this when you're working on this sort of scale, it can be quite big actually. So in terms of when you're talking about like articulation, but when it comes down to apparel, I don't think it'll be like that noticeable
Okay.
because I guess when we're making like tons of like apparel items like this bomber jacket, which is looking quite nice. This is the
Mm-hmm.
final prototype over here.
Very cool.
Very cute.
I mean, if we made like let's say we made like 100 of these, then they're not all going to be exactly the same size because they don't come from a mold. I mean, we do have like patterns that cut them, but it's going to be like a human that sews them anyway.
Sure.
So some are going to be maybe 1% bigger, 1% smaller. So I think a 1% difference in terms of like apparel size, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. But
Because I know a lot of the audience, a lot of the community wants to know what the measurements are for sewing so that they can start doing it. So
yeah,
like people have been saying to me that they want me to do the measurements.
yeah. So the thing about
And
that is, in the past where we've given out measurements, we've had complaints about folks. They took those measurements, made clothes, it didn't fit, and we wasted their time, we wasted their money, and it was just like a hassle. And it's as if we gave out false measurements to like waste their time. And it's so I need the Jackie Chan
yeah,
avatar or GIF or whatever.
Right.
yeah,
So
no,
that's why we never give out measurements. So folks have to either get one or borrow one and measure it themselves because we don't want people to experience. I mean, I kind of understand what they're saying, but yeah, I don't want to have to like deal with that. So,
Yep.
but yeah, and as long as you like measure them and to let people know that it's going to be plus minus 5 feet or whatever,
yeah, right, 5 feet.
then yeah.
But yeah, let them know
So
that this is just for pre-planning, not for making a whole bunch of finished garments, basically.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think the like measurements will help them at least get like a head start in terms of like a rough shape and size. But obviously, when they get it, then articulation, because what do you call it? The axis location is like different, for example. And so one thing we've have noticed. So the great thing about working with this pair body, it's like day one for us, right? So we're starting all over again, like managing apparel for like this body size. So when they sit down, okay, I don't know if I've got a sample over here. Give me a second. I think this one's fixed.
My favorite pants.
This time. Yep.
Yeah, John loves
so
those.
we've made the floral capri and this lace top for the pair body girls. Okay.
So cute.
So let's see if we fix it on this one. Yeah, I think it's fixed on this one. Okay.
She's really got some tone in those thighs in terms of like with the haptic feedback now. Like
Yeah,
it's got some
definitely.
echo in there now.
If they are wearing something, I mean, it's just the nature of the body shape. Things will like bunch up over here. So with the evolved frame, you have to click them forward as much as they can go, and they will like click into like place. So yeah, it really depends on what they're wearing. But at the back, this is something that we managed to like fix over here. So for the first initial ones that we've done, in order to sit down, the Kraken would be unleashed. Okay, and they would get like really really shy. So in order to prevent that, we had to like work on this like patterning quite a lot over here. So this one is it works quite well because this material is quite stretchy. But for the denim stuff, what we're doing is we're putting elastic in the back over here so that it like stretches at the back. Because at the beginning, the current jeans, when they sat down, you'd have to completely undo the button for them to like sit down. And I didn't want them to do that. So the new denims that we're working on, they can sit down without undoing the button over here.
Good.
So for folks who are like working on pants or denims, you may want to like put some elastic over here so that they will gather when they when they like standing, and it'll like stretch enough for them to like sit down without having to like undo their bottoms, basically. Okay, so that's one thing. So when you do get them, when they sit down, you need to like lock them into place first, and then before they can like sit down, they do sit quite comfortably. So, but yeah, this is bunching up quite a bit, so she's kind of like leaning backwards. But when they're not, if they're wearing something much more thinner, they'll like sit much more comfortably.
Okay.
Like so.
So do they have pretty close to the full range of movement of the classic doll?
Again, due to the size of the hips over here, you're going to get like some sort of like a restriction over here. But as you can see, you can do a kind of like a hero pose. So they can like kneel, like so. Right. And but when you push it into this angle, you'll find that you do like get what do you call it? The opening. There's like an opening
Gapping.
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gap will like start to show. But I don't think that's like a big issue. It may like bother some people. It does like to like the current one slightly as well. But yeah, if you're dealing with vinyl, you know, that's something that we can't really get around. But yeah, the range of motion is quite good actually.
Yeah.
So that goes much further than the Gen 2 frame actually.
Yeah, it does.
Now,
So even
was
with
there...
changing the vinyl shape, you did it. You got it. You got the movement to be better.
I think you mentioned in our pre-conversations that there's a difference with like the shin and the thighs in this now.
Basically, yeah. So the shins, now because the thighs are like so big, we need the shin to basically keep the thigh in place. So basically, if you do pull off the, let me just pull off the shin over here. Okay, so pull off the shin. So what happens is, as soon as you do that, that's just going to fall away.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So previously, this like cylindrical part over here, that would help keep the previous thigh on because it's much closer to the shape of that thigh. But this is like big.
Yep.
And we wanted this big because we're making a pair body. So as long as you don't pull off the shins, which you wouldn't normally do unless you like changing clothes anyway, then you shouldn't have any problem. But you have to like make sure that it clicks into place. That's really
Gotcha.
important. So we are making some modifications. Where is it? Yeah, so look at my box of goodies. Yeah, it's not here anymore. So at the moment, this frame inside can spin all the way around.
Okay.
So some people, actually two so far, they've managed to turn this frame on the inside of the shin
But not
this
the
way,
vinyl.
and then try to bend it, and it breaks
Oh.
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So we had, yeah. So you had one kid do that, and what happened to like a lady the other day, and so obviously we sent replacements. But so even though you have only happened to like two people, it could happen to like more people in the future. So we want to fix this. So actually, I'm going to restrict this from moving more than it needs to, basically. So I think something
Keep a
like
natural
this. I
spread,
don't think it
but
needs to like really turn all the way around. Although they are,
Right.
I was informed that there are folks where the elbows can bend backwards and the knees can bend forwards, and I should be careful with what I say, and I do apologize. So, but yeah,
they're
I
not
think,
double jointed or
for smart
hypermobile
dolls,
like my wife.
yeah, yeah.
I am actually
So-
hypermobile.
Oh wow, it's quite useful,
Yeah.
actually.
But she can't do that.
Nice.
She can't do that.
not
Oh,
all,
okay,
not
okay,
all the way. I can lock my knees though.
So yeah, we're going to restrict that, and if people do want to end up turning it all the way around, I guess they can like chisel away at it or whatever. But yeah, we're just going to lock that into place because we want folks to have a good experience and not have to like break it accidentally because the piece in the middle like moved. But anyway, so that's all I got to cover regarding the thighs and shins. So the current box, as I mentioned, it's not the final box, so that it's really small. So when she arrives, she's going to get little dents somewhere here. So it's going to be like squashed here, and maybe over here. So just take a hairdryer and just like heat them up, and then it'll like return to like normal. And obviously for the final version, we're making like a new box. It's not that much difference. It's going to be, I think, 15 millimeters taller, and then the box that goes inside is going to be like 15 millimeters like smaller, so that everything like fits so nice and cohesively.
Out of curiosity,
Yeah, I
from
think
like
early on when you started talking about doing this, I said he was going to have to do it.
Yeah, I was
Change the boxes.
wondering from a I don't know, from a standpoint of like just production, is that going to be the new box for everything? Are you able to create something that will accommodate and fit both the standard or the classic body and the pear-shaped body, or is this going to end up having to be two different boxes?
Yeah, of course we don't want to have like two different boxes. I think when managing, I guess like a business like ours, we want to like minimize the amount of like just like stuff basically. If we can use that one thing for two purposes, then we would. So the puchi puchi is going to be like the single puchi puchi, single outer doll box, and single one touch box as well, so that we can use it for like both dolls basically.
Cool.
And there are going to be some apparel items which do fit both girls. So we've got this like baggy knit, this like a red baggy knit, and it's like really, really baggy for the current girls, but they do fit well for the pair body girls. This bomber jacket is like really, really baggy. So it's going to be a baggy fit for the current classic girls, and it's going to be more of a, I guess, more of a tighter fit for the pair bodies. So there are going to be some items which can be used for both. And then there are going to be some items which are just exclusively for designed just for the pair body, but the current girls can wear them. So, for example, the tiger kigurumi, what's it, not kigurumi, tiger cardigan. So we're designing that for. So we had that around for a while, but we tweaked it for the pair bodies. So that's made for the pair body girls, but the girls, the classic girls, they can wear it if they want, but it may not be like a great fit.
Have you decided which bust is going standard yet?
I think it's going to be the default. We call it small, and yeah, we're still wondering whether we should bundle the medium one inside, but we're still thinking about that. So I've got something. I don't know whether I should tell you about this. I'll tell you. Okay, but don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Okay. So, making an editor's note.
No. Just joking. I mean, you can tell only your only folks are watching.
Wink,
So I'm
wink.
just going to show it to you really quickly.
Okay.
Actually, no. You may get like a YouTube ban. You may get
We
YouTube strike by
won't
showing-
get banned, but we may have to demonetize the video, but it's fine. They catch us all the time, nonstop, for nothing. For just like, here's a picture that's up for too long.
Okay, I'll just like show you just a little bit of it. Okay, there you go.
That what is that? The XXX?
The XL, and I believe it has headlights.
So yeah, this is a headlights version for. So we did make headlight version for the pair body, and that's for when you're out in the Grand Canyon, like taking pictures of the Milky Way, and you need a little bit of like light in case you like fall over into the ridge.
Yeah.
And so that's why you've got these.
Do they come with LEDs?
LEDs? Are they LEDs? They've got like this new technology. It's like solar powered, and so you can't see the light at all. And it's like a light that emits a sound. So if you go towards the ridge and just about fall over, they make a squeaky noise.
Just if you have pets, if you have dogs, beware.
Yeah.
Danny can't even finish that statement.
Okay. By the way, yeah. So we do have a headlighted version, and they'll obviously be in the Stargate, not the Stargate. What do we call it? The Boobian Gate page, which mysteriously appears and disappears.
Right.
So yeah. So folks who really want them to take pictures of the Milky Way, you know, this may be for you.
Well, I am so excited. I can't wait to see her. I'm another future for the collection, for the team.
So this is the version that you'll be getting. So another thing I forgot to mention. So the face-up you're getting is not the final version. So we are like tweaking the masks. But everything that you've seen in the photos is the version that you'll be getting. And she's going to be looking at this one.
I can't
She's
wait.
Ridiculously cute.
She's very cute. There is something about that slight tweak to the head shape that is amazing. Like
Yeah, no, they're really nice. They're lovely. And so let's got a few more things to show you over here. So this is Live and Let Live. Just put on a short wig over here.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Wow.
That's who I want to. I think that's who I want to use for my mini me.
Yeah, she is
So sweet.
really, really pretty.
So we made the cargo pants. So this is my favorite pants over here. My go-to pants for all the girls. So we made this the pair body version over here. So this is a new. Actually, this is a new design. So previously the straps were like sewn on, but with this you can actually change the color of the straps. So that means.
Cool.
That means. So this is like an old version, but this is the old version. You can't remove the straps, but you could basically put your own straps and have like different colors and different accents over here like this.
That's
Neat.
fun.
That's cool.
So that's just like a prototype. And this is Live and Let Live in Cocoa.
Oh,
So beautiful.
she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's lovely as well.
I know I
We
said we
need
were
more
going to end up
Coco in
just
our
getting
life.
one, but I know we're going to have, well, at least one of the, like, I feel like the Pear dolls are going to start taking over the collection.
What about Meow, Danny?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is Meow?
Yeah, that's all we're
It's all
getting.
right. Understood.
Okay, so nothing I forgot to mention. Again, same sort of behavior over here. If you move it up like this, you'll have to like reset it. Just push back in.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, you can use the same hand parts, option hand parts. We're using the same feet. And so if you pull off these feet, put on another pair of like evolved feet, it'll be exactly the same. And when you do dress them up, they weigh like over a kilo with like the whole shebang, like a set of apparel. So they are going to be like heavier, like noticeably heavier if you like carrying them around all day long. And I think that's about it. There's one thing that may bother some people, so I'm going to mention it right now. Is so the heads when it came out of electromoulding, you probably can't see it over there. So look, is the camera going to focus?
Focus.
No. There's some little like bumps.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Well, if I cover my
Yeah, you
face,
just cover your face.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah,
like,
okay.
there's little like lumps over here. So that may bother some people, but it doesn't bother me. And but yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. You can put. Oh, this is Athena vampire actually.
Nice.
Ooh. She's cute.
Yeah, so we changed
I
her
love that.
highlights to
I love that she came from
purple.
you just misreading some tweet.
Yeah.
She looks awesome.
So yeah, the current heads they just like look disproportionately small. So you can kind of overcome that by giving them like a big wig or something. But
Right.
yeah, they won't look that great to be honest. And because the neck of this is like bigger, it's like wider, and that is only designed to accommodate the current necks. You're not going to get that much grip on. Let's have a look. Yeah, you're not going to get that much grip on. There's only like a little bit of peg peeking through. So people who
Okay.
do want to do this, you may want to mod this so that you stick a wire through. Maybe put a hole in it and then stick a wire through it in case the head goes like flying across the room or something. And this may bother some people as well. So we had to have this socket at the same location as the current girl. So that means this is like deeply recessed over here. So it looks quite. It doesn't look that. I wouldn't say it looks natural, but yeah, it's kind of like deeply recessed over here. So if that bothers folks, then you know they may want to like reconsider like getting one.
Okay.
And then the stand just like goes in as normal. So it's a great thing that we did make the stand because without the stand, you wouldn't be able to like put it in basically. Like you know remember the normal the previous version, yeah, that just wouldn't go in.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that actually clicks out. Yeah.
Yeah, because it like enables it to like come out and then go down up here.
So we'll make sure that we take a look at that when she comes.
Yeah, I mean when you're
Show it
designing
off.
apparel, it's always a good idea to put like a hole for the support socket anyway. Yeah, because it's not great for like going under like clothes which don't have that hole.
I think the other thing
Okay.
people were just asking me is exactly like they want to know how we feel about the weight difference when we get it. Now, so you've
Yeah, so you can like
noticed carrying it around a significant difference, like when you carry it around all
when you
day?
pick them up at first, it's not that noticeable. But because I've been carrying the current golds around for like over 10 years now, it does get noticeable like after a while. And I guess it's great for folks who are like weight training. But
But you do a lot
yeah,
of
I mean,
like
it's nothing
with your
that
photography, do a
would.
lot of like one-handed holding of like like around the ankles kind of thing, right? And I imagine that's a lot
Yeah, yeah,
more
yeah.
difficult, or the weight
And
makes a difference.
yeah, I think because it's like wide over here, it can be difficult to like grab hold of them. So with the current girls, you can like grab hold of like both legs like this. But this one, I think most people will be grabbing hold of like one leg over here like this.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. So what I would recommend is you have one leg down, then like one leg kind of like then like this, and then it kind of like it just like looks nice, I guess.
They're just wonderful. I'm so excited to see this doll. I just can't even. I don't have much to say except I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too, me too. So we do not have a launch date. What we do want is to have the bodies released with a like a decent amount of apparel. I think when we first launched Mirai, actually no, Mirai came with apparel, so there wasn't any separately sold apparel at all. So we've got like lots of staple items ready to go. But I do kind of like want to wait until the production molds are ready to see whether that 1% is a big difference to warrant changing any of the patterns.
Okay.
So we are going to wait a little bit. But again, yeah, it's not something we want to like rush. We just like want the communication to be out there. I think since the introduction of the pair bodies, I've noticed there's lots of like a follower increase on like social media, and I just want to make sure that those folks are not going to end up buy something which they thought was something else. So I'm going to try to my best to convince everyone not to get one.
Was there ever any consideration of having it be behind a wall like Chaos at first?
How do you mean?
Like having like you're sending us one because of like that you can tell us what to expect and we'll be fine. But, and you've put other stuff behind the wall of Chaos before, so that that you're giving these things to people that aren't going to turn around and go, it's not good enough, and send it back to you or do a chargeback or whatever. Was there ever any consideration of doing that with this doll, at least for the beginning?
Not at the beginning. No, no, not really. I think just like our, I guess like Coco dolls and like Vitiligo dolls and birthmark dolls. It's a product that we find is very integral to what we want to achieve, basically. So we do want people who generally want one to be able to like get one, basically. And at the beginning, it may be it looks like, well, it seems like a lot of people want one, but then again, it's difficult to read. So based on experience, what people say they want and what people actually buy is completely different.
Sure.
So a lot of people champion I can't pronounce it, inclusivity, and but that's it. They say, oh yeah, it's great that you're making this doll with like vitiligo, but they wouldn't buy one, basically. So that could be what we're seeing with a pair body. It's like, oh, it's great what you're doing, and but it could be that they don't end up being popular at all. But we don't care. We like making stuff which is unpopular. So it's just more interesting. It's like making stuff that is popular that is gonna sell is just, there's like no fulfillment from that at all, basically. So we'd rather make stuff which we feel passionate about, and I mean, going from what we see in the current market, we don't see this sort of like product, and if the trends are true and that they do prove to be unpopular, that's great. I think that we can't make that much anyway, and it just gives us much more fulfillment to be able to like work on a product like this.
I think it's really cool. I can tell, I mean, like, it's not just you. So I know that, like, your whole team must be super behind this project. Like, because you guys have, like, cranked through it, like, getting it ready. Like, it just way faster than one would expect.
Yeah, I mean, I am quite surprised myself actually, being able to like do this. But I think that I mean, you can give yourself, let's say 30 days to like clean your room, or if you say, okay, I'm only giving myself 2 hours to clean this room, so you can do it in 2 hours, you can do it in 30 days basically. I think once I'm like passionate about something, I want to like share it with as many people as possible, and I want to do that, I guess, as quickly as possible, but not in a speed which we are going to sacrifice the quality of it. It's just like no point in releasing something that's half baked, and yeah, I mean, I don't want to be known for the person who sold crap basically. So yeah, we want to have like a certain amount of quality, which is why it does take us like a long time to like get stuff out sometimes. Like the cyborg body, it's there's lots of complications which consumers are just like not aware about, and I mean, I do admit that before I started making products, I could only see things from the point of consumer, and I see those views on like YouTube. And it's not just about dolls. I see when people talk about like other toys or like electronics, and you see like a YouTuber saying, "Oh yeah, this should only have been, yeah, these iPods they should cost maximum like $50," and it's like, okay, that's, I can understand their viewpoint, but from a viewpoint of like production and R&D and like everything that goes behind that, like selling these for $50, I don't know how they could like sell. Actually, maybe they do sell them for $50. I don't know, but the point is that what we want to do is to, I guess, not just educate people, is just to like set expectations and just let people, well, I guess educate folks in terms of like what's involved in the process, so that one day if they were to step into the shoes of like someone who's going to like make stuff, then they are prepared for like everything that's involved basically.
Your transparency about this has been great. I really love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I think we've been getting a lot of feedback saying to, you know, like you're actively responding to people's questions, whether you like them or not. And
Oh, I love all of them.
yeah, and people are saying to us that they love that. Like they love, like, no matter what you say, they either get a laugh out of it, or they are like really appreciative that you are actually answering some of this stuff, which is very cool.
I mean, some of them, to be honest, are detractors who follow for, I guess like detractors could be called one's most passionate fans, because they're the ones who like spend the most time reading up on you. They're the ones who spend the most time like talking about you, and they're like so passionate that, I mean, if you do end up blocking them, they'll like make a new accounts to like follow you, and which really just goes to show you how much they love you. So
there's no
and I
love
think
without
it's
hate,
not
or no
just
hate without love.
our
Is it?
brand,
Whatever.
but lots. Yeah, I mean, there's like lots of like I see like lots of other celebrities and like brands who like they get the same sort of like detractors, and but yeah, if we see them as like passionate friend like fans, then it gives us like a new perspective, and I think it is due to them like throughout the career of Smart Doll that's really, I mean, obviously our supporters, our words of encouragement are like really important, but the voices of detractors, I think for my part, maybe I put too much emphasis on like the voices of detractors, but I feel that it serves as like a huge catalyst for like what we want to do. Because like coming up with the idea of like this body type, the amount of like pushback. I mean, you just need to like go through the comments to like see how many people are saying that this promotes obesity and so on and so on. And it's just like, But I think those voices, of detractors, just going to call them detractors for now, just really helped make this into reality. And there's nothing that they hate more than seeing more of what they hate, basically. So we're going to make more of this, basically. So there you go.
Love it.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Well, we unless there's anything else you want to tell us about what to expect, we should probably let you get back to
That's
work.
about it. Okay, let's have a look. So we have Live and Let Live. I like Sandy's idea of giving a fans and calling it Live and Let Die, which I think is a good idea.
Yay.
So we can do that. We can do that. So tell the truth, her name was originally going to be Live and Let Die.
It was.
Okay, it was. But having the word "die" in a name, I wasn't too sure about how good that would be. And basically, the die part is basically the voices from detractors. You use that as motivation, and then just let those voices die. So live and let die. And but live and let live still works. So yeah. But live and let die kind of like still sounds sounds cool. And then all of a sudden, the live and let die, the Beatles song just like starts playing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I was like, he's
Live and
British. She's gotta like that one.
Yeah. So we got live and let live, and then we've got a future, and then right now we are in the middle of working on fortitude. So her masks came in like a couple of days ago. We're working on those right now, and then we have courage, liberty, and valiant.
Cool.
We may change the branding on that. It may be like one person and just call them Cinnamon Tea Cocoa. I'm not too sure yet. But we can't make the vitiligo because we don't have the production costs. If we make
Okay.
the paint masks of the master, it's going to be 1% bigger, and it won't fit the production parts, basically.
Right.
So we need to wait until those really. We can do the face first because we've only got one face, one head. The reason why we can't make multiple heads is even if you try to make multiple heads, electroplate them, they'll always turn out different. So you can't use the same mask, basically. But the body parts are they're like similar, so they don't all perfectly fit. But because of the nature of the marks, they are still okay if it's like if they have like slightly fuzzy edges.
Gotcha.
So those are the first 4 girls to go. I'm not too sure in what order. And then we have Transcendence in the back of there. I kind of want to keep her around for a while. Basically, what I do is I wait for enough masks to come back first before I submit the current painted masters. Otherwise, we won't have like any girls around for like taking photos or anything. So she's going to be around for a while. And then when the more masks we get back, then the more masters can like go off, basically. Yeah, so that's how it works.
Any word you're able to share on anime?
Oh yeah, so the head is being electroplated right now, actually. So how long is it going to be? サラバナさん、千歳の、M02、あとどのぐらいなりそうですかね。M02。今電柱中でしたっけ？じゃあ、あと3、OK。今週出したっけ？ OK。Okay, わかりました。So we just submitted that for electroplating this week. So let's say the place we use they're quite quick actually, and so let's say 2 weeks in the bath. So basically, put the head in the bath. Copper sticks to it. The longer you leave it in the bath, the more copper will stick to it, and those molds have to be like really thick because each mold has to withstand like tens of thousands of like casts before they um, before they go poof, basically. Then as soon as we have the casts, then we can start prototyping, and then that's when you first see what they would actually look like.
Cool.
And then
Okay.
those will like start being masked, and then that takes like another few weeks. And then when they come back, they're not perfect. Then we have to etch them ourselves. Then we have to like do paint training. I think this time next month we'll definitely see like Chitose.
Chitose. Okay.
Yeah. And then you'll start seeing the anime girls. I think they're going to look okay. Yeah, they should look okay. I mean, some people did raise concerns about because the pair body looks so realistic. How does it match with like an anime look and feel? Especially because the anime is like really stylized, and that goes well with the classic bodies. But I think they look okay.
It really also only really matters when they're naked, or at least have a detail, like maybe their tummy showing or something.
Yeah, if they're dressed, it's just you've got a chubby anime girl.
Yep. Yeah, there's one thing I might as well mention now, and it's what I may end up doing is in every pair body post, I'll have to have like a 4-pack. The last picture is going to be like a 4-pack postcard of the girls in like the sports bra. Because what you'll notice is that it's kind of like paradoxical. What you'll notice is that when I post a picture of a girl like this versus when I post a girl wearing like sleeves, for posts where you can't see the actual upper shoulder, you'll get people commenting the shoulders are too thin. Okay, but they'll never comment that when they can actually see the shoulder. So basically, when you clothe them, it kind of like hides the shape of it, and then they start to comment on like the proportions and so on and so on. So I'm gonna have to like make a point of like having like a sports bra postcard at the end of like each post from now on. So I guess that's the one thing to like take note of. Like folks have like a pear-shaped body. Once it's clothed, because you can't see all the contours, then folks may get comments saying that their doll is not representative because the arms are like out of proportion or whatever. So that may happen.
And yet, oddly enough, people who are pear-shaped will dress to hide the fact that their arms are bigger. So it's an interesting conundrum.
What I do try to do is because I do like the contours, I do like the body shape, and we'll just continue to try to like show the body shape as much as possible.
I like that, like Barbie Mattel did a curvy Barbie, but it's just the same kind of body, but like with wider hips. Whereas you actually put in the folds and stuff, and that was when I started to like really like latch onto it and go, oh no, this is going to be good. Like, I like this. I like the realism of it.
Like looking back, I do understand the point of view from some doll manufacturers that make slim body types, because these dolls are like designed to be like dressed. When you do dress them, having like a slimmer body can make the dress version seem more, I guess, like proportionate. So that's one of the reasons why dolls have like long necks, right? Because when you put like a collar on them without the long neck, it's going to look like they've got like no necks, basically. So ideally, we'd have like a version of a doll whereby the head is adjustable, so that when they're not wearing anything around here, you can adjust the neck height, and so the neck would be nice and proportionate, basically. So maybe we'll see that in like a future version, maybe for April Fool's Day.
Definitely something that you don't normally think about. That's interesting.
But having said that, if you do have like a skilled team, so I think our ninja team, they do a great job, then it doesn't really matter what shape the body is. You can still have like decent looking proportions if you've got the right amount of like cutting and so on and so on. So going back to what you said about the other manufacturer. I don't want to get into like legal. I don't have like any lawyers go like contact me or whatever.
Okay,
But
don't you don't say it.
yeah, no, yeah, so let's not go there yet. But yeah, I do understand their point of view. But again, but they are like working on like such a smaller scale. So I guess it is challenging to like make clothes, at that sort of scale. But for this sort of scale, sorry, no excuse. So, yeah, no excuse.
Do you think that the plus size girl is the pear size girl, sorry, is more difficult to dress, like in terms of like, say you were going to give it to an 8-year-old or a 7-year-old or something like that? Do you think that it's more problematic to dress at all than the classic girl, or do you think it's about the same?
No, it's about the same. So yeah, the pants are pretty much the same. And some items you just need to like, just like with the current girl, you need to remove the arms, the head, and the bust. But no, like for like this bomber jackets, we don't. We just like dress them up as normal. I mean, sometimes you need to remove the hands because the fingers get caught on the sleeves. But no, I wouldn't call them much more difficult to dress. No.
Okay, good. Excellent.
I think that's about it for now. Look around my table for goodies. What else is there?
We love goodies.
So look, let's have a look over here. Okay, this is yeah, for folks who didn't want us to like show the belly. Of course, we've got this floral bikini,
I love that bikini.
but we've also got it in the ash. Haven't tried these out yet.
Nice. That's the ash blue color?
Yep.
Or is it
Yep.
just
Yep.
yeah, okay.
And then the yellow as well. So I think this will look great on the tee, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it looks great. Yeah. So, but yeah, looking forward to taking the girls out to like Okinawa, or we're planning another getaway. The team don't know about it yet, actually. So
Oh, really?
usually at the end of summer, we all go to like Okinawa or Miyakojima to do some like water sports and stuff like that. So we'll take some of the pair girls as well.
Okay, well we'll get on a
Very
plane and we'll be there.
We'll see. We'll see you there.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
No, we do want to come visit at some point, but it's just making it happen.
Yep. Actually, I've got
oh.
one more thing.
Oh, okay.
So this is not the final version. This is the jeans. So again, as we're experimenting, we so this is like the Tokyo jeans.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to move this up a little bit because when they bend the knees, it gets caught on the knees, and they get like 2 extra on one side. So it's like little small things which we're adjusting for the pair body. We do have. I haven't shown this to anyone yet. This is a yellow
Oh, I
version.
like the yellow.
Yeah, kind of like a Bruce Lee
Cool. And again, a tea girl,
jumpsuit.
definitely. And Coco. Tea and Coco will look fabulous.
And these are the shorts, cargo shorts as well.
Nice.
So yeah, we're working on the nice t-shirts, and yeah, so there's like lots of like stuff that we're working on right now. So yeah, you'll see like a substantial amount of like apparel items for like the pair body, and for the current girls as well.
Cannot wait.
Thank you so much, Danny. This was really awesome and actually very helpful. It's nice to actually talk to you like face to face and ask things and whatnot.
2 more things unrelated. It's the navy, the black navy version
Beautiful.
of this girl over here. We have a name in mind, but we'll talk about it more at the time. So this is actually a squishy version. So we
Oh,
didn't have
soft
any.
vinyl.
Yeah, we didn't have any. We call it 8.2. So for your information, so soft vinyl. So everything's kind of like lumped under. They call it soft B, which stands for soft vinyl. So that's kind of like the generic term for vinyl, but we categorize. Our category is nanshi. So this is like I guess like soft state vinyl, so soft vinyl over here,
Mm-hmm.
and this is called hachini, which is 8.2. So
Okay.
8.2 is a mix of hard vinyl and soft vinyl, where hard vinyl is 80% and soft vinyl is 20%. So that's why it's called hachini, which is 8.2 basically. When we first launched with Mirai, she was like 100% like hard vinyl, so like really, really, really hard. So the current one can like squish a little bit basically. So we use soft vinyl for the boobs, the head cap, and the hands, and the rest is 8.2.
With the pear head, the eyes, the wig, everything are all the same, right? No one's gonna have to go out and
Yes,
get new
yes.
eyes or anything like that. Okay, because that was
No, so
I thought that was the
basically,
case, but
basically what we did, we took the G07 data.
Mhm.
We kept the crown. We call it crown. We kept the crown the same, and what else? Yes, kept the crown the same. Basically, the eyes are very similar. Yeah, so basically G07, G08 is basically the same head, but G0 head is seven. The G08 is just wider basically. So even though the
okay,
eyes, the data is exactly the same, the way Mother Nature decided to electroplate it it just changes basically. So the eyes shape is like slightly different. So I mean they look fine, and so basically we just added more volume on the cheeks and down here and like around here, and made sure the socket was wide enough to fit onto the bus. But the eyes are the same, the head cap's the same, and you can use the same wigs as well. The hole is the same as well. So you could put the heads on a classic body, but they do kind of look a bit. I mean, they look okay. They don't look too disproportionate as when you put a classic head on a pear body.
okay.
We'll have to try it out and do a little side by side comparison.
So we did make a production mold of the G08 head. So that enables us to make some blank heads, which folks can like do some face ups when they want to like make their own original hair body doll as well.
So we're going to start to see that coming into chaos in the near future.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess that's about it.
Well, thank you so much, Danny. This has been absolutely amazing, and I know the audience is going to have found so many useful things in this video.
It's kind of a bit long in it. Sorry about that.
We enjoyed it.
They won't care. Is there any last words you want to say to the Smart Doll community?
Yeah, I'm just like thanks as always for everyone's support. Yeah, I mean it's always like a like a journey and like an adventure, and it's always been like a platform for us to like experiment with things. And so there's like lots of different things we've experimented with. There was like the Cortex or like Mirai Carry, like the guys and so on and so on. So some things come, some things go, some things work out, some things don't. Some things kind of like put people off, and I think that what we experience is that when we try new things, folks who are very sensitive to change, they feel that they are being stabbed in the back somehow. So, but I think that the important thing is for us to be able to continue to do what we want to do, basically, and I think within that context, the pair body is. I mean, as you can see, it doesn't like resonate with like a portion of the community, and I think that's fine. And I think there is space for like a variety of products, given that it's not just us within this playing field. There's like so many other different manufacturers who offer, who have their own offerings basically. And I do want folks to understand that we have not, will not, and will never conform to just what most people want. I think it's very important to also cater for folks who just have not been seen for a very long time. And it's something that I want to use this platform to like highlight those folks and the needs of those folks while we are still around basically. So while I do understand there are like folks do not really interested in blah blah blah, it's something that they have to get used to. Or as one of our previous T-shirts said, deal with it. But no, seriously. I think that on the other hand, we do recognize that folks are very supportive of the different types of things that we do try out, and we are very grateful for those folks who have been like supporting us throughout the years.
It makes it a lot easier. You're becoming clearer and clearer about who your audience is, right? Like, and who your customer is, and I think that's not a bad thing. So again, thank you so much, Danny, for this opportunity. For those of you watching, stay tuned for our unboxing of the pre-production Pear Shaped Girl and our first impressions of it, and so we'll be showing to that as soon as we can. This high-quality interview was made possible by the ongoing support of our Discord subscribers, like our cheerleaders, Anne-Marie, Celestial Styles Alaska, Dolls Fiend, and Queen Nova 201, our sponsors Agarva, Bizbot a Redhead's Ramblings, Busy Bee, and W. Corden, and our mascots Angel Kitty, Baggins Lover, Geek Squeaks, and Warsheep. Special thanks to last week's Super Smarties, A Redhead's Ramblings, Barbie Witch, Amy Zickerman, Tempest Strife, Elena Wyrick Villas, and Cyril Simoni.